So here we have it, my most random purchase of the year. An Exam crossover GTR. So this is my first GTR. Yeah, I'd never really seen one before. The only reason I'd seen one of these before was that Moore's actually serviced 2 or 3 of these, believe it or not. Despite me never having seen one on the road, they look after a couple of them down there. And that's how I came across this car. So this car was offered to me by Phil down at Moore's, who knew the customer that owned the vehicle, and I think they're deceased. I think we had to go through the solicitor on this to buy it. And he said, would you be interested in buying it? I know it's a good runner driver. And I was like, do you know what? I've got to buy that just for the entertainment factor. Didn't know anything about them, so I've had to do a bit of research so I could tell you what they're all about. So these are made in France, and the idea is that these can actually be driven on a moped license. Yes, if you're a 16-year-old with a moped license, you can drive this car. If you are born, what is it, before January the 1st, 1988, you don't need any license at all to drive it, believe it or not. So these cars are specifically designed, well, France has got quite a history, isn't it, small little cars like this to run about in. But here in the UK, the idea is those that haven't got their full driving licenses can still get about in a little car, in a little micro car. It's aluminium chassis, and then it's a GRP body, I think, a plastic body on it. So there isn't actually a lot to rot on one of these. They feature, I've left the bonnet open because it took me long enough to find out how to get into it. They feature a, believe it or not, a heady. Oh, where's the handle? I'll find it. Bear with me. There it is. They feature a 2-cylinder 505cc engine that puts out a heady 20 brake horsepower and is mated to a CVT gearbox. Now, for the first time, we can actually see what a CVT gearbox looks like, because it is literally an old school CVT. It is literally just a belt on 2 cones that have a slight taper to them, and as the vehicle goes forwards and backwards, that rubber band moves up and down that cone and gives you, you've got basically one single gear. It's fantastic to actually see one. Obviously the more modern CVTs are different to this, but this is basically a moped engine, isn't it, really? Just a giant great moped engine. There's your little radiator, and there's your air intake, your dipstick. I guess you've got some kind of drive belt on the side there, I'm not sure. Looks like it's a cam belt engine. You've got your alternator belt there, your little single exhaust. Isn't it brilliant? I flipping love it. It's absolutely ace. I love just stupidly simple mechanical things. So yeah, I'll do about 72 miles to the gallon from what I can read online. Top speed varies. From what I read, on a moped license, it shouldn't be able to do more than 45 mile an hour. But I'm reading some places that say these will do 55, and Axiom, no, it's not Axiom, is it? It's Exam. I have checked the pronunciation online. I'm sure I'm going to get it wrong multiple times, but you know from previous videos, I don't really give a monkey's if I pronounce it wrong too often. Not. According to their blurb, the latest ones do 70 mile an hour. Now this is a slightly earlier one, being 2015. So I don't know, but I think we're going to say 45 mile an hour. Road taxis, £20 a year. I think the insurance group on it was something like 15. I'm surprised. I didn't really know these existed. I'm surprised more kids aren't burning around these at 16 years old. If I realised I could have got in a car at 16, I think I probably would have had one of these, especially when it's a GTR, as I said. So we've got some proper flash alloy wheels and some low profile tyres on the go there. We've got some chrome on our wing mirrors, chrome on our door handles. It is a proper smart looking thing. We've got the black roof, chrome around the back, our GTR badges there. Don't know what the 2 buttons are. Are they parking sensors? I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so. I'll try it out in a minute. I haven't done an awful lot with it, so you're going to be learning with me as we go along. Yeah, proper flash bit. Inside, we've got like quite bubbly out arches there, haven't we? Inside, we have 2-tone leather seats, or vinyl. A sporty looking steering wheel. All the mod cons in here being electric windows and a cigarette lighter. And a stereo, CD stereo. It's got a lovely headliner on the go there. Look at it, all the white trim. What a thing of beauty. There's our gear lever. Obviously being CVT, we've only got drive, neutral and reverse. That's all we've got. As long as it's in neutral, That'll get you started, and then move on from there. Proper bit of kit. One feature we don't currently have, because I haven't worked out how to do it yet, is open the boot. I've looked online, and other ones have got, the newer ones have got a button inside to press. I don't know if these cars are, if that's an optional extra, because I can't imagine there is much of a boot, because if you look in the back here, we've actually got some proper, oh, let's put the seat up, got some proper back seats in here, look. So we can go 4 up. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to do a bit more research. So if you know, let me know. Now these are worth quite a bit more money than I thought they were, to be honest. This I think the new ones are about 16 or 17 grand, which is probably why you don't see a lot of 16-year-olds in them, to be fair. And even used ones go for decent money. If you're looking online, I think this is probably a 5k car, believe it or not. I haven't shown you the mileage yet, actually, have I? Now we do only have one key, which is a remote, believe it or not. We do have remote central locking. Now, if you look in here, minus 31 miles to the service. Is that what it's saying there? We only got 19,000 miles in it. 19,505. Now, to be fair, I'm pretty impressed with that. Turn the stereo off. I'm pretty impressed that someone would, you know, even over the course of, what is it now, 9 years old or whatever, do 19,000 miles in something with 20 brake horsepower. We've got all digital dash there. If we start her up, just, oh, I've got a bit of a neutral to start. I've got it in drive at the moment. Hold on. There we go, neutral. Starts on the button. I had my foot on the accelerator a bit as well there, because there isn't an awful lot of space down here. And actually, to be fair, it starts up on the button and it idles quite nicely. I mean, as nice as you can imagine a 2-cylinder 505cc engine like this. It's classic, it's absolutely classic. We've got a couple of handbooks here looking a bit worse for the weather. Worse for wear, sorry. And don't find any paperwork for services. We've got some nice speakers here. They look like when I was a lad and you used to just cram them in wherever you could find a space. So we have a listen to the sound system. I'll turn the engine off a second. Oh, these speakers are going to be shot, aren't they? I can't imagine they're going to... We've got a Clarion stereo. Oh, I've got to have the ignition on, haven't I? Need a little fuel pump going. You've got an auxiliary input. Oh, we'll be able to play Spotify through it. Oh, is that going to copyright infringe? Hopefully not. It's only a few seconds. That wasn't too bad, actually. I don't imagine you're going to be able to hear it over the engine. I can't imagine for a minute you are. We do have a month's MOT left on this, so we're going to have to do a test drive, aren't we? How are these electric windows? They're all right. Yeah, my lucky windows are working all right. Man, the adjustable mirrors here. And we've got a bit of trim peeling off just here. That'll be easy to stick back down again. Other than that, the actual interior is not in bad nick. The bolster on the driver's seat, if I hop out, that needs sorting. I can't imagine that service like we can get out of it, because I can't imagine it's more than just an oil and a filter and something like this, is it? Well, I've left it in neutral. I've put the handbrake on. I have, yeah. This would roll away in a heartbeat, wouldn't it? Yeah, we've got a warm bolster on the seat there, but that's could be quite easily repaired as well. Now, obviously, as you've spotted by now, and there may be comments down below, it is covered in green algae everywhere from sitting outside while all the sort of stuff has been dealt with, all the solicitors and the passing away and so forth. But Phil drove it up to me. I've driven it since, and it's always started on the button. So I think first thing we've got to do before we drive anywhere in it, let's have a quick wash off of it and see how bad the bodywork on it is, because I'm seeing lacquer peel everywhere, and we'll see how much of a little shed I've bought. So at the moment I'm just letting it sit in a dousing of G101 and road traffic film remover. I have spotted some lacquer peel around the car as I go around. You might see in the video, I'm going to try and blast off as much of that lacquer as I can, because if I can get it off completely, I can just keep the surface and re-lacquer it again rather than repainting. But yeah, I've really no idea what the bodywork underneath this is going to be like. Obviously there won't be any rust because it's all plastic, but There could be varying different shades. There could be, like I say, we know there's a lot of lacquer peel already. There could be a few more marks kicking around. So yeah, just get it all off and see what's underneath. Well, there we have it. It doesn't look too bad underneath all that, does it really? This side's really good. There's no lacquer peel on this side of the car. There's no bodywork damage. It looks quite nice this side. Round the back, things start getting a bit worse round here. We've got quite a lot of lacquer peel on the corner of the bumper here. Someone's attempted to respray at some point, I think. Yeah, you can see some respray there. They got onto the cap there. That corner will be worth painting. There's a bit more lacquer peel down there. This has got some overspray on it down here. Might be able to get the overspray off, or you just mask that off and repaint that. This door is okay, apart from we've got a crack here. Somehow they managed to crack the plastic of the bodywork there, so that would need a repair. I say that would need a repair. It's whether I do any of these things or not. There's a bit more lacquer peel there. Front end of the car's all right. There's no lacquer peel there. Plastics actually came up okay. And I'm surprised how little water got inside. I expected it to be sort of waterfalls inside the car, but actually it seems to stay pretty dry. So no more putting it off. We need to take it for a spin. So here we go. I have to admit, I'm a little bit terrified of this journey. Right, into drive, and off we go. Handbrake's on, still on. Let's go. There's a slight hesitation before you start actually moving anywhere. Obviously I'm not intending on going particularly far. Tick tock, tick tock. Proper old school little indicator there. Let's go. Obviously there's no gears to change because it's CVT. What are we up to? 30 mile an hour, just coming up to 30 mile an hour. Let's see how it copes with all these potholes. It's certainly noisy. Still at 30 mile an hour. This is classic. Oh no, we got to 45. 50, 55. This will go a lot faster than 45 mile an hour. I mean, we are going downhill, given. Brakes. Yeah. They're there. This thing is classic. Right, take two with fresh fuel. I will say that 1 can of fuel has filled up 4 of 6 bars on this. So I would imagine 20 quid, you're probably a full tank. I was just thinking actually the fuel in this was probably really old. So another little run with fresh fuel and it'll probably be pretty good. Now I didn't record myself coming back up the hill, but I was surprised how well it held its speed. Like most CVTs, the original basic CVTs, the thing is don't try and rush them. Don't try and just slam your foot to the floor. Let them build their speed gradually as they want to. I mean, I'm going to say it, it's not as slow as I thought it was going to be. I've seen 50 mile an hour several times now. Let's I want to get down to the straight section where we can get it for a good run. I think it's going to get better and better as the new fuel gets through it as well and it gets warmed up from sitting about. But my initial thoughts on it are, it's not a bad little car. Yes, it's noisy. Yes, the trim rattles. I certainly want to have a bump in one. But if all you do is nip to the shops, then what else do you need? If you just need a little run around, and if you're a 16-year-old that is desperate to get on the road and stay in the dry while doing it, they're going to be safer in this than they are on a scooter. I mean, I'm testing it on the worst type of roads, aren't I, really? Country lanes that are not maintained at all. Cornerings, we're going round and round about here. It doesn't feel as cart-like as I thought it might do. It's got a little bit of body roll to it. But you accelerate off a junction, we've gone from 20 there, we're straight up to 35 mile an hour, 40 mile an hour. When we're going downhill now, the speed is increasing fast. It's certainly a lot quicker than 45 mile an hour, I can say that for absolute sure. We're going to head back along straight back here towards the unit again. Out of the junction there, accelerate away, we're doing 30. I should have brought two cameras, shouldn't I? Doing 40, 45 already, 50. Hey, we're getting to crazy speeds now, people. 55, 60. What are we going to get out of her? She's gone past 60, we are slightly downhill. 65. Holy moly. 65 is about where she's pegged, 67 maybe. I think it would do 70 mile an hour. I'm losing my camera. Now I don't want to carry this speed into a corner, that's for darn sure. I have no idea how it would behave. But we're maintaining an easy 55 mile an hour now, backed off the gas. Like I say, I mean, I'm on smoother roads now. First ones we went up were very potholed. It's not too bad on this smoother road. Not too bad at all. I've gone through that corner at 50. Comfortable enough. I mean, yeah, 16 years old. You get to stay dry, you get your stereo on. You're not holding up other traffic. Not allowed, I don't know if you're allowed to carry mates in it or not. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot better car than I thought it would be. I thought it would be absolutely terrible. So we're going to go back up towards the unit now, on a bit more of a steep hill, and see how slow it gets there. But I'm impressed how sprightly it is out in the junctions. I tell you what, it doesn't feel that far off. In fact, it feels a bit quicker than that old 2000 Micra 1 litre CVT I had in that time. One of the guys from Home Built bought off me. Here we go, we get to the bottom of the hill now. I mean, at the end of the day, if you live in a town and all you're doing is shopping runs, little runs, or even if you do live in the country, well, we're losing the camera again. Well, there we have it. I am shocked, like I said, and I've said it a few times now, but I really thought this would be, I don't know, I just thought it'd be so diabolically slow that you'd never want to actually go out and use it. But I stand corrected. I stand corrected. It will comfortably do 50 mile an hour with a bit of downhill. Like I say, you saw me hit 70 mile an hour. And up the hills, it seemed to be doing 40 mile an hour. It's no slower, like I say, than some of the older CVT little small CC autos I've driven. It really isn't. And isn't transport all about horses for courses? We all have different needs. If you never got your driving license, but you want to be able to get about, brilliant. If you're younger and you're desperate to get into a car, really desperate to get into a car, and you've been considering a scooter, why not just go and do your do your little scooter license and get one of these instead. Like I said, you're going to stay dry. You've got more around you. You're not going to fall off it and scrape yourself. And like I say, I'm not sure what the rules are about putting friends in it. Obviously, it's quite a bit more expensive than a scooter, but some of those new scooters are pretty darn expensive, aren't they? I love that a green can nearly fills the thing up. I'd love to see how long that lasts. I got it insured. I might be tempted to tax it and do that on the last month of the MOT. I'm almost tempted just to run around it just for a laugh. I say if I taxed it, I think I'd have to go and pick up the lads and take them to the pub and see how many we could pile in it and see what it was like on the hills with a few people in it. But yeah, I mean, one thing I haven't discussed with you, how much I paid for this little beauty. Like I say, if you, I mean, please, I'm sure people have already got in the comments and gone, how much is it worth? Go and do a little bit of research, look around. Like I say, they're about 16 grand, brand new, I think they are, depending on the spec you go for. And I mean, used, I'm seeing them around about anywhere from 5 to 6 this kind of age. Now this isn't a tidy one. Obviously we've got black appeal, we've got crack panel on it there. It's been sitting around, the seat's worn. I gave £900 for it, and on the basis of that drive, I'm thinking that was £900 well spent. We've still got the MOT on it, but it's got loads of tread on the tyre. The brakes seem to work okay. All the lights seem to work okay. Indicators are working. So unless we've got some rotted out brake pipes underneath, that kind of thing, I can't think that an MOT should be that hard to get through. I don't know what to do for emissions on these, being they're a 2-cylinder 500cc. But I think the move is to put an MOT on it. I don't know. I really want to put too much time into doing paint on it. I don't know if I'll ever really get my money back. Maybe just stick an MOT on it, and depending on how easily I get away, maybe it could be a 2995 car. 2995 for a 15 plate, sub 20,000 mile little car you can get in and just bomb around locally. I don't know. Comment down below, what do you think I should do with it? Please do not say wrap it and have it as a promotional vehicle, because we have too many. Anybody who watches the channel knows I keep too many cars as it stands already. I can't keep another one. This was just a bit of a laugh, a bit of a giggle, and they do sell. I've spoken to a few dealers that I know, and they say there is a market for them, and the fact that Moore's are servicing 3 locally indicates there may be more of a market for them. I think there is. But where would you go with? Did you get all the paintwork done and try and get the top money for it? I don't know. I just don't know if there's a market out there for that or not. I mean, maybe just get that corner done, the worst corner done, and get the crap repaired there. Don't go too crazy. Then you're pretty much into getting all the paint done, aren't you, I guess? Yeah, difficult one. So there we go. That's it for this video. Before I go, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone for all of the support, all of the comments through 2024. As before, everybody's just been absolutely brilliant. I really appreciate you watching the videos, getting involved. Those people that supported me by, well, so many ways, by helping me out with what their faults there might be with cars in the comments, by thinking of me when they're looking to sell their car, thinking of me when they're looking to buy a car, for getting involved in our charity raffles, of which there is one ending probably within a day of this video going out. Don't forget, you can win the Fiat Barchetta, or you can win the Toyota MO2, or you can win £5,000 cash. And the charity we're supporting this month is Sophie's Legacy. That is the charity that helps families that have children in hospital. We've had a great year of raising money for charity again this year. I will I'll in the next video I'll get a total for what we've done this year and what we've done in total since we started doing them. I've got to think it's going to be cracking on. It's going to be cracking on over 35 and maybe even £40,000. I'm not entirely sure at the moment, but we'll work that out, and we'll. I mean, that's down to you guys out there. This one's going really well as well. It looks like we should be able to give them a really good donation if we can have a last little flurry of ticket purchases. And don't forget, we've got topped on bits as well. But yeah, just thank you to how, you know, it's easy to look through comments and, you know, you'll find the negative people, you'll find the trolls, but for every one of those, there's 200 of you saying loads of really nice, supportive, helpful things. And the fact that I'm able to go and buy things like this as a bit of fun on a whim is a lot down to the support you guys give the channel and give the actual car business. As I always say, I am a car dealer doing YouTube videos, not a YouTuber doing car videos, which is why my videos aren't as polished as everybody else's, but you're really just coming along with me for the ride and finding out what it is to be a dealer. And I just count myself really lucky that I'm doing something that I love doing, which is just getting to play with cars. So just thanks again to everyone. I hope you've had a great 2024. If you haven't, I hope you have a better 2025. And I hope you've had a good Christmas and New Year with family and friends. So yeah, thanks again. See you on the next one. See you in 2025, when I'll make lots more poor decisions like this, no doubt.